Hey, how do you doodly do? Welcome to another episode of Sail Mermaid. This episode is also not sailing related. Uh, I've spoken before about the need to have a place to stay when I'm in Norway, when I'm going back and forth to work. And also when I'm visiting my family, I need transportation, I need a place to lay my head. So I've decided to convert this Mercedes Sprinter lorry into a camper van. And that's what we're going to do in this episode. But I only have 5 days to do it. So is it possible? Come along. So I've bought an old Mercedes Sprinter and I'm planning to convert it into a camper van. Just so that I have somewhere to stay also when I'm in Norway. I need some place to lay my head when I'm going back and forth to work and to visit my family because they're spread wide. So yeah, I've been talking about this before. So I bought this white Sprinter van. I don't know now if I'm gonna put the Sail Mermaid logo on it or if I'm gonna put the Candyman logo on it. It looks like a real nasty car. My father is now inside in the car, helping me unscrew the pops. Ja, nå henger de her. Lastefestene. Må ha stor bråkonøkkel. So now we're putting isolation in the roof of the van. So hopefully this will be able to stay here even in winter time when it's cold outside. So that's the first step of the rebuild. It's day 2 of my van conversion project. Yesterday we managed to put insulation, 2 layers of insulation in the roof of the van. And it turned out quite okay. I also had foam insulation into this, whatever you call them. You never find the English word when I need it. Yes, there is of course a lot of work left to do. Now we have to also put insulation in the walls. This car is registered as a transport car, and for that reason I'm not allowed to remove this wall between the cockpit and the cargo space. Once I made a bed in the back, I can register the car as a camper van, and then I can remove this. So sadly I have to build the camper van before I can remove this wall. which is a little bit annoying, but we'll get by. So now it's time to clean up a little bit in here, get rid of all this extra foam insulation, which you can see here. I have to cut it off with a knife and start insulating the rest and see if we can get the walls up today. We are soon done with insulation. Still got just a tiny little bit left to do. And up in the roof we put a ventilator as well. We bought the same thing that you find in using boats. I hope this will work out fine here in the car as well. We made wires through the roof here for solar panels. I think there will be a lot of job putting the walls and the ceiling up. Once that is done, worst part is over. So that's good.
Hvis at man tok og så bare tok ned listen og så skrudde på ei sånn.
Ja.
Akkurat i toppen.
Men du bare bytter disse skruvene med noe litt grovere.
Ja, vi kan skru opp en på samme plassen. Da skrur den lista så er oppe der, og så setter vi på ei.
Ja, det mener, men du må vel bytte disse her skruvene kanskje. Med noe litt grovere.
Ja, men det hender så.
Ja. Selvborende treverk og skillinger. Jeg tar selvborende, så?
Ja.
Det skal jeg ikke oppskje. Det er litt kjekt når stenderverket sitter.
Ja, men det er noe lager. Du, hvorfor var ikke du strøtt her da?
Fordi at jeg ville få strekt denne linja først.
Ja, men faen, når du skrur der borte, uten å skru her, så får du bulka hele veien. Da sa jeg til deg i stad.
Things are starting to happen in the campervan. So, look at this. There is now a separating wall here, and now I'm about to make the bed behind this wall. And my brother is helping me, but he's not very keen on being filmed. So I'm dead tired right now. I've been working 14 or 15 hours straight for three or 4 days. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. I had a lot of help from my father and my brother. They helped me a lot, but they are both very camera shy, so I haven't been able to film much of this process. There's still a lot to do, but it's starting to shape up. There's a lot of painting and finish work to do. So, what do you guys think? Is it okay? Back here I'm gonna have the toilet, so I can crawl up behind this wall to have a shit if I really have to, but I hope I never use it. Oh, what a smell! Now the van is ready to be painted. Here is the bed. So it's time again for another update. This is the van right now, and look what's happened. Woo! Yes, so here it is. This is the camper van as it is today. It's just about finished. I have a few details left to do. Like I want to have somewhere to wash my face and brush my teeth. So there has to be some water arrangement that is permanent in the car. And I need to install a heater for fall is coming soon. So that is on the to-do list. But this is how the car looks now that I'm finished, almost finished with it. So in the front I have a table that can be lifted if I need to load something here, and then I can use the bed as a seat and have my computer here. The bed is a little bit tall for sitting on it, so and it's wide. It's 90 centimeters wide, so you can't really get your feet down if you sit back in it. But it's quite okay to sit with this table here. The bed, underneath the bed I have made storage, so I can take this out and there is storage behind. I have solar panels mounted on the rooftop, so I have an inverter over there, so I can get 220 power when I need to use the computer. I've got nice lights here and a vent for the air and some decorations. Possibly I'm gonna make some shelves along the ceiling so that I can have a little bit more storage, but since I'm not camping much, this is more or less just a place to stay a night or two most of the time, so I don't need that much. So we can go back here, and I have a little room on the back here. There is an emergency toilet. And here are some drawers. And because I want to ski in winter. And I can never reach my skis, so now I brought them, they're here. Along with my motorcycle jacket in case I should have the chance to ride a bike. And I also use it for skiing. I'm not that, it's not that important to have the proper ski gear. Not for me. So, oh, there you go. So this is what it looks like. I must say that I'm quite happy with the result. And I've also arranged for the bed to be made as wide as 1.20 meters because I don't know if I need to, when I'm gonna re-register the car as a camper van, maybe I need to have a sleeping place for 2 people as the car will be registered for 2 persons. So, but I don't think I will ever use it. 90 is more than wide enough for me, and yeah, if somebody want to keep me company, they have to stay close. Here is the car from behind. So here's the emergency toilet. I've never used it. I try to avoid using it to not get any smell in the car, but it's there if I should ever need it. And these drawers for towels and sheets and yeah, a little this and that. That's pretty much all I need. Here you can see I put insulation under these new floorboards that I made. And I also have electric sockets throughout the car, so I can charge here. This one is planned to have the cooling box, so and that's great. So that's my camper van. That's my small apartment back in Norway. Yeah, this time it's not the boat that's a mess, it's the car. And the reason for this is that I'm trying to mount a sink. I decided that since I'm a cook, I never cook on my free time, so I really don't need a kitchen in the car. But I would like to have somewhere to wash my face, brush my teeth, and yeah. So I'm now mounting a sink over here. This is the cabinet, and there will be a sink on top of it. So that's today's project, and I hope to get this finished before I publish this video of the camper van. So I used 2 different types of screws on this stand. This is where the cupboard is supposed to be mounted in a normal house. I used it also for the car because I think it's a good support. But these walls are only 3 millimeters thick. So that's why I used 2 different kinds of screws. And this cupboard will also have floor support. But yeah, I think this sticks. So, but the sink I'm using is a little too heavy for a camper van, really. It's small, but it's made of porcelain, so it's quite heavy. I should have a stainless steel or an aluminium sink or something like that, much lighter. But I didn't find one in the right size, so I think this will be pretty. I just hope it will hold. So the installation of the sink is just about ready. I have still yet to epoxy to fasten it, but I will do that later. You can see here is the grey water tank. That's there, and it comes from there inside the cupboard. This is the new sink. It's still loose, so I will fasten it later on. And in here there is a pump on the floor, and I'm gonna have the freshwater tank there. So the car is still a mess, but I'm gonna show you how it looks now that it's all done. I've put water on and tried it out, but I have disconnected it just to glue the water tap onto the sink. So I have disconnected again to let it dry till tomorrow before we try again. But here is the end result. Here is the gray water tank. I made this can't get anywhere. It's secured with a strap over here, and it can't get forward either. So that's where the gray water ends up. I made a nice little shelf here, and here's the sink. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Sail Mermaid. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was not sailing related. For people traveling around, this is just as interesting as the sailboat life. It's just another way of doing it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a like and leave a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again next week. Okay, bye.